My father collected guns. He enjoyed gun shows where weapons enthusiasts traded firearms, knives, swords, and the like with one another. Dad was always on the lookout for a Luger pistol in good condition. When I was a young teenager, I attended a pistol marksmanship school at Camp Perry on Lake Erie. The school was hosted by the National Rifle Association and conducted by the Ohio National Guard as part of the National Matches Program. This was back when the NRA promoted gun safety, not gun sales. We students fired .22 caliber pistols at paper targets. We also learned how to take apart, reassemble, and shoot the classic model 1911 .45 caliber pistol. Thousands of people still come to Camp Perry and other shooting ranges each year to puncture paper targets with lead bullets. Thousands of other people at other venues use shotguns to blast clay targets out of the sky. I see no reason to interfere with any of these sporting activities. I do not hunt, although my brother John has been an avid outdoorsman and hunter. He enjoys shooting old-time muzzle-loading rifles. He once shot a deer using an antique muzzle-loading rifle made by a local gunsmith. In Ohio, state regulators encourage a certain amount of hunting to control the deer population. Deer have no predators other than human beings, and it would be cruel to allow the deer population to increase uncontrollably. I see no reason to interfere with permitted hunting except to manage wildlife and to require safe hunting practices. Several decades ago, I served in the United States Army, not entirely by my own choice. The Army posted me to Germany instead of Vietnam, for which I shall always be grateful. In basic training, I learned to fire the M16 assault rifle. Perhaps aided by my previous experience, I qualified as an expert marksman with the M16. I took the rifle apart and put it back together. Most importantly, I learned that the M16 rifle's only purpose is to kill people. An infantry company firing M16s can generate an impressive spray of bullets directed toward the enemy. The M16 rifle does not kick very hard because it fires a bullet which is only .223 inch in diameter and light compared to larger caliber bullets. It is only a tiny bit bigger around than a .22 caliber bullet. Lots of gunpowder is packed into the .223 cartridge, however, so that it travels extremely fast from the rifle's muzzle. When the fast-moving .223 bullet strikes a human body, it does not always tunnel neatly through the flesh and go out the other side. It often tumbles end over end and creates a gaping exit hole. We can see some of the effects of M16 rifle fire in the horrendous photographs of the victims of My Lai massacre in Vietnam. Google My Lai. That is M-Y space L-A-I. The AR-15 rifle, popularized by the National Rifle Association, is an M16 assault rifle reconfigured to fire only semi-automatic. That is, it fires once each time the trigger is pulled until the magazine of cartridges empties. The military version can also be selected for automatic fire, which is machine gun style. The only people who need assault rifles are soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and law enforcement officers. For the rest of us, assault rifles should be strictly regulated. This is not a Second Amendment issue. If we interpret the Second Amendment strictly, the Constitution would protect only single-shot muzzle-loading rifles and pistols once used by late 18th century militias. As a matter of practice, the Second Amendment has always been subject to reasonable regulation, else we would find sandbagged heavy machine guns on every street corner. The United States Constitution can easily accommodate the regulation of horrifically lethal assault rifles. Semi-automatic assault rifles such as the AR-15 are the most popular firearms in the United States. Charlton Heston, speaking for the National Rifle Association, famously uttered the universal sentiment, "I'll give you my gun when you pry it from my cold, dead hands." On the other hand, the AR-15 is increasingly the weapon of choice for mass murderers. I challenge responsible gun owners to come up with an effective way to prevent the use of AR-15s to kill other human beings. It is not acceptable that people must fear shooters at their schools, concerts, clubs, dance studios, bowling alleys, churches, temples, and mosques. Blowing apart school children and adults in our communities cannot be tolerated. In my view, if the AR-15 cannot be successfully regulated, it should be banned.